these requirements are also stored within TFS so that we can see that there's appropriate requirements coverage amongst the requirements due down to the tests.
Okay. Richard, thank you for that once again. Another question was coming up. I think it's from Chandra. Not sure what this question is, but maybe you can understand it because it's more technical. The question is this not having ability to test usability? Does this only covers functional basis testing? I'm sure Richard, you'll maybe.
Yeah. Well, going back, a couple of slides we saw earlier, the testing capabilities. Within the Visual Studio Team system, that there is a large scale of testing components available. There's the unit testing written perhaps in Visual C# perhaps, or the manual test runner that we also saw. Excuse me. And the coded UI test, which we haven't been able to focus on. There really is so much to cover with regards to what is available within the Microsoft suite that what I wanted to focus on today was the new tool developed for testers that almost introduced testers into the Visual Studio Team system party, basically. I can take a look. I can, if you want to drop me an email at richard.lee@testhouse.net. We can, I can point you in the direction of some of the things that will be used for usability testing within Visual Studio. There's all manners of different types of testing that I just have not been able to get to. You can appreciate I've spoken 50 minutes. I wasn't even able to show you how to raise a bug or even deploy an environment, because these things, we would be here until, well, next week maybe, and still probably wouldn't have satisfied absolutely everything. So if you drop me an email at richard.lee@testhouse.net, and then I can point you in the right direction of a few other things.
Perfect. I'll just take one more question, and then hopefully, again, as Richard said, we'll take some of the questions offline for you, and we'll try and obviously answer it for you. The last question, Richard, for today would be, there's a question here that we've seen a lot of tools today, and I was wondering what tool would the tester typically use on a daily basis?
Right, okay. So we saw the SCVMM, which I would not really expect testers to use unless they're a very technical tester, in order to create and deploy virtual machines and templates. Really, the two tools that we saw, the Lab Center, which was the green shaded environment, and the Testing Center, which was the blue shaded area. Those are the two main tools that I would think testers would spend 95% of their time using. There's other features within that I wasn't even able to show you, unfortunately, much as I'd like to. But I think we can all agree that the recording of a manual test and playing it back up to a certain point is something that would not only save a considerable amount of time, but also sometimes with test steps maybe there can be a little bit of ambiguity. And sometimes, a test might not be run as it was originally intended to be written. So that feature can really get rid of a lot of the grey area, speed up the testing process, and maybe remove some of the little mistakes that are sometimes made with manual testing, which I think is a really neat feature. And it's typical of the type of thing that Microsoft have introduced with this testing center. It's really great. It's a really good idea, really filled in a lot of the holes, a lot of the problems that I've certainly experienced on certain projects where the developers have been testing in Visual Studio, and I've been using tools separate to that. So it's certainly a good idea there.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Richard. I think that's all the time we have for our question and answer time. Before we go, again, I just want to reiterate a couple of things. If you have any further query regarding the webinar, or if you want to know more about the service offering within the Visual Studio that we offer, including any training needs, please do give us a call. You will get a copy of the recording, no problem at all, hopefully end of play today or tomorrow morning. That will be done for you, so everyone will have a chance to watch or listen or view the recording once again, and then obviously if you have any questions then that'd be great. And for those who are using Visual Studio 2010 already with current projects but would like to improve the value you're getting of the tool, again, please do contact us. We have a website that we've created. We've called it a microsite that specializes on Visual Studio 2010, the overview, all of the Visual Studio 2010 questions or queries that you have. We have a website. We have it on our microsite. The website is called www.th-ms.com. That's www.th-ms.com. So please do log on to that, look at the website. Any query that you have, please do send us your questions or do contact us on our site.
I've got a blog on there as well, so it'd be great if I could get some readers on that. Maybe if there's something that I went through today that maybe I was a bit quick on going through, or maybe the recording wasn't quite as good as, or the quality of the recording maybe as it goes out at that point. You can read through the blog. It covers a lot of the stuff that I went through today.
Yeah, perfect. Again, just before we go, thank you very much for joining us once again. We will definitely have another session on Visual Studio 2010. We'll have another webinar session. Hopefully, it will be scheduled in September. So we will be talking about either the coded UI test, which is the test automation part of Visual Studio, or performance testing part of the Visual Studio 2010. So again, from Richard and myself and from Testhouse, thank you for joining us. Thank you. Bye-bye.